Gia Lee this morning live at Mayfield Secondary School in Caledon, along with some of the dancers from the Mayfield Dance Department. We got a quick tease there, G. These look like incredibly talented performers.
Oh my goodness, so you are looking at the Mayfield Secondary School rap dance program. These are the grade 9s performing Bhangra right now, and you're gonna see each of the grades coming up on stage. And this is all part of the enriched dance program that you see here at Mayfield Secondary School in Caledon. I'm gonna bring up Medina, who is a grade 12 student. And Medina, you're the one who actually sent us an email and you said, you have to come check out our school. It's impressive.
Yeah. So we put on this show like 2 months ago, and we just like did different genres of dances and different styles of dances, just like doing different cultures, so we can bring some view and different like aspects to the dance show, and just showing Mayfield dance.
You graduate this year. What have the last 4 years been like for you?
It's been honestly like amazing. I just love the community and like the diversity that this program brings. I love the friendships and memories that I'm making throughout like the 4 years.
Amazing. All right, thank you so much, Medina. Come on up, Avni. Okay, you've got the next group coming in. This is grade 10 performing Bhangra. Avni, how cool is this?
It's really cool just to see like your culture being presented in the dance program and everyone cooperating and learning everything together. Yeah.
And I was told you could show me a quick little step. What? Can you show me one simple step?
So there's this move in our thing, and you go like squat down, and then you come back up and you hold it here, and then you move your shoulders this way.
Okay, let's.
Okay, ready? 5, 6, 7, 8. So squat
down. Good. Thank you. And then I'll call out the next 2 students. Come on up. I've got Jada, and I'm sorry, your name is?
Sophia.
Sophia, okay, so how cool is it to see the different grades come up and perform Bhangra?
It's so cool to see like how no matter what age you are, like it's a cultural dance and we all get the opportunity to perform it and learn about the culture.
Now, Jada, I know that every student here had to come in and audition. What was that process like?
The audition process was very interesting, and especially because it was COVID, so we had to do it online. We just had to take videos. So because of that, I didn't really know what it would be like coming to Mayfield, but everybody was welcoming, so it was great.
Very cool. And for you, what have the last few years been like? What grade are you in?
I'm in grade 10.
Okay, so you've done this for a couple years now.
Yeah.
What has that been like?
It's been great. It's been like so fun getting the opportunity to learn about so many different dance forms that maybe I didn't learn about, and getting the chance to explore my own creative process through choreography and different workshops in the dance program. It's been great.
Very cool. All right, so again, this is the Mayfield Secondary School rap dance program, and thank you so much, ladies. I'll get you to come down. Oh my goodness, so that was grade 11, and out come the seniors, grade 12. I'm going to join them. Nick, Jed, we'll send it back to you. Good morning. We are live here in Caledon at Mayfield Secondary School, highlighting the rap dance program. In our last segment, you saw a little sample of Bhangra. Now we are going to show you some dances from the African diaspora. Everyone, this is Mayfield Secondary School rap dance program. Take it away. The grade 12 students from the dance program doing a little sample from the African diaspora dances. And I've got a teacher here, dance teacher, Miss Amira Christie. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
All right, so tell me a little bit more of what we're seeing.
So we had 2 wonderful choreographers come in to choreograph our finale for our spring show this year. So this is part of the African diaspora that was done by Zara Badua, and the Bhangra that you saw this morning was Ria Kat, and they're both from Dance and Culture, phenomenal choreographers, dancers, and they visit different schools in the area. So if any school has an opportunity to hire them and bring them in, your students will really, really enjoy their work.
This is amazing. I am so blown away by the talent, and all of these students here, they auditioned to get into this enriched program.
That's right, they do. And they work really hard to keep up their schoolwork along with all the extracurriculars that go on. And of course, all the things that go on in their own lives.
For sure.
So they're just building those 21st century learning competencies. So it's so important that they are creative and have the opportunity to do their passion every day, which is dancing.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Miss Christie. So you saw the grade 12 students. Now these are the grade 11s. Come on up. This is Zaria. And Zaria, you're going to show me one quick little thing about it. Can we copy a little bit of what they're doing here?
So around here they go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7.
Okay, let's try it.
6, 7, 8. 8.
I love it! All right, so you've been dancing here in the program. What does it mean for you to sort of explore this art? You obviously love to dance.
What does it mean? It means a lot to me because like it's one of my biggest passions, and I get to be myself. So Mayfield represents all about individuality and like just yourself.
Amazing. Okay, thank you so much. Come on up, Haley. And I see Xavier is right there at the front. That's okay. Haley, grade 9.
Yes.
What was it like for you? And Xavier.
Hey.
Hi. Okay, boys are dancers.
Boys are dancing.
Right? How cool is this program?
This program is really amazing. There's a lot of great leadership opportunities that you can achieve as you progress within the program. And it's like one really big family. Everybody's just so polite, and they're great to be around.
Amazing that you could do that dance and come and do an interview. Grade 9, your first year, how did it go?
I love this program so much. It was amazing to learn about all the different cultures and be able to have this opportunity to dance. And dancing with such amazing dancers was just amazing.
For sure. All right, thank you so much, Xavier and Haley. Thank you. And again, you just saw the grade 11s. These are the grade 10s. Love it. So again, we are live here at Mayfield Secondary School highlighting the incredible dance program. More to come. And we'll send it back to you in studio. Good morning. We are live here on the rooftop of the Western Harbor Castle. And did you know that they have these urban gardens here on the rooftop? Take a look at this. Kale, Swiss chard, lettuce, and plenty of herbs, and it's just beautiful out here. And again, we are here at the Western Harbor Castle to talk about a very important topic. As you know, there is an air quality advisory. You can smell the smoke in the air, but it certainly is a stark reminder of climate change and how we need to be more sustainable and how everybody can make a difference in that mission. Joining me now is Rachel Kimmel with Bowery Project. Good morning.
Hi, how are you?
How can we ignore the fact of the air quality alerts that are in place right now? But it really is a stark reminder of how everybody needs to make a difference for a sustainable planet.
100%. Yeah, we got to grow food. We got to keep sustainable. Do everything we can do that.
Tell me a little bit more about Bowery Project.
So Bowery Project is a nonprofit organization based here in Toronto, and we grow food in vacant spaces, so all sustainable, occupying vacant spaces with growing food.
Yeah, and we've got an example of this, an urban garden.
Yeah, so Chef Daniel Craig here at the Westin got really keen in growing his own food here over COVID, and he needed some help when the restaurant got busy again, the hotels started picking up. Yeah. So Bowery Project came in and we're growing food for him and bringing it right into the kitchen.
There is something special about growing your own food, right? And then bringing it straight to the kitchen and making something delicious.
Absolutely, yes. Everything tastes better, looks better, you know, just feels good, so nutritious.
And it does help when you have a chef that's making the food for you. Yeah. Chef Daniel prepping some amazing food. But I wanted to talk about some of the partnerships that Bowery Project has with certain companies like Oral Wheat Organic.
Yeah, so Oral Wheat Organic, we're here for the love of nature. They are 100% organic. All of their wheat is grown locally here in Ontario. It's brought from it's grown here, it's sourced here, and it's baked here. Yeah. And they're 100% organic. And they give back to us for their commitment for 1% for the planet. And so we've been in partnership with them for a couple years. They help support so many of our gardens growing in needy communities, and through donations, through hiring practices, and workshops that we provide to youth and other community groups.
And so it makes a big difference. And so if everybody does one little thing every day to help this planet, it can make a huge difference.
Absolutely, yeah.
If people want more information on Bowery Project, where can they go?
They can go to boweryproject.ca and also check out organic or wheat bread, which is at orwheatorganic.ca.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Good morning. We are live here at the Western Harbour Castle Rooftop Garden. And guess what? They have beehives here. That's right. They harvest their own honey, which is delicious. Executive Chef Daniel Craig with the Western Harbour Castle Hotel joins me now. Good morning.
Thanks for joining us.
It's so beautiful up here. And I didn't realize that you harvest your own honey.
We do. We started this a couple years ago.
Yeah.
We've got a really cool bee program working out. We've got a connection with a local beekeeper, so he's educated us how to handle the bees and to harvest the honey. So
right, and it
perfect.
does taste different when you harvest it yourself.
It does, absolutely. We get a little different product every year.
Yeah.
We get about 70 liters of honey on each harvest, so it's delicious. The guests are enjoying it. So
incredible. Yeah. And what I also love is this is the Rooftop Garden.
This is, yes.
So this is literally urban agriculture as we see, and
exactly.
You've got things like edible flowers, Swiss chard.
Yeah, we've got some lovely edible flowers here. We've got some herbs growing. We've got some oregano.
Yeah.
We've got some, what do we got here? We've got some basil going over here. Oh. So we're utilizing this stuff in our restaurants, and it's great. The guests are loving it. We've got Don Alfonso, the one Michelin star restaurant on the 38th floor. They go through pretty much all of the herbs. And then we have our own small restaurant, Savory, where we do VIP meals, and we utilize a lot of the product there as well.
And I do find that in terms of the world of culinary arts, there's a focus on locally grown ingredients, because it makes a difference in the dish, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. Weston brand is all about wellness, so we really tried to tie that all together with the garden, and working with Bowery Project, who really upped the garden level here. We had started it on our own, but they came in and really made it happen. So.
All right, so in our next segment, we're going to be making a sandwich. What are we going to be making?
So we're going to make an amazing sandwich here. We've got this beautiful Oro wheat bread.
Yeah.
Sustainably baked, 100% organic. We've got some beautiful treats from the garden here. Fresh herbs, tomatoes, and we've got some prosciutto.
Yeah.
And of course, we're going to finish the sandwich with our delicious honey.
That you have harvested here.
We have, absolutely.
All right, I'm going to sample a little bit of this right now. Yeah. All right, so you don't want to miss it in the next half hour. We're going to make a prosciutto sandwich with grilled bread. Good morning. We are live here at the Western Harbour Castle Rooftop, and they've got a rooftop garden here because everything is locally grown. Joining me now is Executive Chef Daniel Craig with the Western Harbour Castle. Good morning.
Thank you. We're in the outdoor kitchen.
Yes.
Perfect.
And we're going to make a sandwich. What are we making?
We're going to make an amazing sandwich. We've got this beautiful Oro wheat bread.
Yeah.
This is the quinoa and sunflower seed bread, and it's perfect for this sandwich. It's got a beautiful crunch. We've got prosciutto, house-made prosciutto, house-made ricotta. We've got beautiful vegetables here from the garden. We've got some peppers. We've got some arugula. 10 different kinds of amazing lettuce, some beautiful edible flowers, tomatoes. Tomatoes aren't growing yet, but they will be growing in the garden.
Yeah.
Radishes we just literally pulled out of the ground here. And we're going to assemble this. We're going to grill this bread, actually. It's going to be a bit of a warm sandwich, and this bread grills really nicely, actually.
Yes.
Beautiful crust.
Everything tastes better grilled, right?
I agree.
Including bread.
And it's on charcoal, so it's even better.
Okay. Once it's grilled.
We had one nice and grilled here. So what we're going to do is, if you want, you know what, I'll put the ricotta on.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to get you to please put that beautiful prosciutto on there.
Anywhere?
Right on top of this ricotta
Got
here.
it.
Yeah. Whoops, I made a little mess, but
this is going
that's
to
okay.
be delicious with my coffee.
There you go. I was just in Italy, so I was inspired to use a little bit of Italian ingredients here. So here we go. Look at that.
Love it. Okay.
So
once we've got the prosciutto on.
Let's do some tomato.
Yes, go for it.
Okay, and salt. Can you pass me some salt there? You always have to season your tomatoes.
Always? Why?
Always. They just need a little salt. It just adds a little flavor. I mean, the prosciutto's salty, but the tomatoes still need a little bit of love. And the salt is blowing in the wind here, but that's okay. We've got a little pepper. Let's do some red pepper. You want to put a spoonful of red pepper on there?
Anywhere? I guess
let's go right on the tomatoes.
Okay.
And then these beautiful, crispy, delicious radishes from the garden.
Beautiful.
Thank you, Bowery Project. Amazing stuff.
And
All right.
what's amazing is I love the fact that everything is locally grown, right?
It is. It's all grown here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
You've got this beautiful urban garden here.
We do. And then, you know, the pork is Ontario. The ricotta is Ontario. The bread is made right here in Scarborough.
Yeah.
Delicious stuff.
And
All
it's
right.
really about being sustainable and not wasting food either.
Not wasting food. That's a big initiative
Yes.
for us as a hotel and as a brand is to minimize food waste that gets to landfill. So we work with a lot of food donations, Feed It Forward,
Yes.
Good Shepherd, so that the excess food is going to somewhere where people can enjoy it.
You also harvest your own honey.
We do,
And
yeah.
it
You know,
does
it just
taste
sounds crazy, but
different,
we're
right?
gonna put honey on this sandwich because the prosciutto
Yes.
with the sunflower seeds and the quinoa is going to be
Go
an
for
amazing
it.
combination.
And it looks a little bit on the darker side, right?
It is. Like I was saying earlier, the honey is every year we get a little different texture, a little bit of little different flavor. This one's a little nuttier this year.
Yeah.
And it's incredible.
And
So
then maybe
just
tomorrow might be a little bit more of a smoke flavor.
could be, yeah. Actually, yeah. Yeah. All right.
I never thought about drizzling honey. Okay, I'm gonna sample
It's awesome
this.
with the prosciutto.
Fantastic.
Okay.
And you can interchange any of these ingredients, right?
You could. I mean, whatever you've got in the garden, whatever's in season. You could use chicken. You could use different types of salami.
And here we go.
All
Will
right,
you enjoy?
yeah.
Take a bite with me.
Sure, sure.
All right, thank you, Executive Chef
Cheers.
Daniel Craig. Cheers.
Cheers.
This is going to be great with coffee. Good morning. We are live here at the Western Harbour Castle and the Rooftop Garden. How beautiful is that? You've got Swiss chard, lettuce, so many different flowers and plants growing here in what you really do call an urban farm. Joining me now is Dina Delzato from Bowery Project. Good morning. So tell me a little bit about the planters here and what we have.
Yeah, so Chef Daniele from the West End asked us to come help him grow food for him this summer. So we have here growing chives, bachelor buttons, calendula, and nasturtium, which are all edible flowers. There's also some parsley and lettuces.
Amazing. Can we get some gardening tips? Because it's really important. For example, I know some of these plants, they have flowers that grow. Don't throw away the flowers.
Yeah, exactly. So chives, they're really little right now, but once they get established, they'll make a flower, and don't throw away that flower because when it dries, it actually starts making the seed, and then you can use it to make chives for next year.
And for anyone sort of looking at something like this, it could be intimidating, but it's not. Gardening is fun, but certain plants complement each other.
Yeah, it's called companion planting, and that's when you plant flowers with plants or plants that like each other. Some keep pests away from certain plants, like borage is a flowering plant that will keep pests away from tomatoes and also attract pollinators too.
And the Bowery Project is a not-for-profit organization really hyper-focused on sustainability, love for nature.
Yes, and we grow food in vacant spaces in the city, and we want people to grow their own food and eat plants and be sustainable.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Dina. I'm going to join Sarah Robertson Barnes here. She is a sustainable lifestyle expert. We're going to get our hands dirty. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right. I love gardening. It is fun.
It is fun.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work, but I also find it really meditative. So it's a great way to get your hands in the dirt and start connecting with nature wherever you are, but especially here in an urban environment.
All right. What are you planting there?
So these are some tomato seedlings that I grew from seeds that I saved last year.
Oh, wow.
And I like to reuse as much as possible. So I grow my new seedlings in old pots I've been saving for years.
Okay.
And then I save markers for what type of plant it is. I either write on old ones, or my favorite is to save cutlery, the plastic cutlery that just comes into our lives no matter how hard we try.
What a great idea, and that way that's not going into landfill.
Exactly, so you're getting at least one more use out of it. Things are only single use if you use them once.
And again, going back to that message of like reusing, these are flowers from arugula. The chef here at the Western Harbour Castle wants these flowers. For the plate, and they're edible.
They're edible, and the seeds can be reused. And then here we have some baby arugula from
Very
seeds
nice.
as well.
How can any other tips or suggestions in terms of everyone making a difference? benefits?
Sure. So it really starts with the things that we buy.
Yeah.
And anytime that you can support a company that has sustainability and climate action in mind, you're really voting for the kind of world that you want to see. So something that's a really easy swap that we buy all the time for our kids' lunches is the Oro wheat bread. It's made local to us. It's plant-based. It's non-GMO. It's organic. It really ticks all of our boxes, and you can find it at all of your local grocers. So pick up a loaf and start today.
Yeah, every little bit makes a difference. Purchase organic and support companies that are really all about their green initiatives.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Even their transportation and production is all offset by green certificates. So just start to finish, it's an excellent choice.
Okay, thank you so much, Sarah. I'm not quite sure my basil plant's doing so great here. I'm gonna.
That's a tomato.
That's a tomato plant. See, that's how much I know about gardening. I'm gonna try to give it some love. Thank you so much. Good morning. We are live here at Hotel One, and it's an exciting morning because this is the Bell Media Upfronts. This is where we preview some of the shows, the brand new shows that are going to be featured this fall, and also follow some of the other shows that are coming back for another season. I've got my security guard here because we've got some big celebrities coming through here at Hotel One. Every media outlet has their own room. This is for E-Talk, your morning. You've got the lead. The ladies from The Social have their own little room here. And then, of course, CP24, we have our own little room as well, where we will be interviewing some of the biggest stars in television. Come on in. So coming up a little later this morning, we're going to be speaking to, first of all, Quincy Isaiah. He is the star of Winning Time, The Rise of the Lakers Dynasty. This is an incredible show. I watched season 1. I fell in love with it. Season 2 is back this summer, and Quincy Isaiah plays Magic Johnson. If you haven't seen the show, it follows the rise of the Lakers Dynasty. It follows these basketball players in their professional life and personal life. It is sexy, it is funny, and it is an incredible drama, and there's so many stars in that show. So we're going to speak to Quincy in just a moment. And then, of course, CTV's #1 new drama, Sullivan's Crossing. Yes, it's a huge hit. It's coming back for season 2. We had Chad Michael Murray in our studio at CP24 Breakfast. Well, coming up later this morning, I will be speaking to the other star, Morgan Cohan. She's going to be joining me to talk about the return of season 2 for this huge hit with CTV. And then, of course, we love her. She's hilarious. Sabrina Jollies. She is the host of a brand new reality show, Farming for Love. I love a good reality show. This one follows farmers looking for love here in Canada. It is sweet. It is great. She also is part of Roast Battle Canada. So we will be speaking with Sabrina as well later this morning on CP24 Breakfast. Now, we do have a huge announcement. As you know, we are celebrating Marilyn Dennis. Her final episode for her TV show is tomorrow. We now know who will take over in that time slot this fall. It just got announced. Mary Berg is coming back. Mary Berg. And her show, it's a daytime daily show, is called Mary Makes It Easy. We will be speaking to Mary later this morning, but that is the huge announcement right here from the Bell Media Upfront. So an exciting morning here. We are going to conduct the interviews with some of these stars right here in the next little while. You don't want to miss. You know, I really am calling this the golden era, golden age of television, because there's so many incredible shows out there, including Winning Time, The Rise of the Lakers Dynasty. I've seen season 1. I can't wait for season 2. Joining me now is Quincy Isaiah, one of the stars of Winning Time. Good morning.
Good morning.
Your first time in Toronto.
Yes, and that was a great intro. Thank you.
You're welcome. I am so excited to talk to you because I fell in love with season 1. You don't need to be a basketball fan to love this show. This is your first major acting role.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah.
What was the audition like, and then when you landed the role, what was that like for you?
Oh, life-changing, right? It's one of those moments that happen that you can you'll always remember. I remember getting a call an hour after I did a basketball audition, and then they told me that I had the part. And I remember just putting the phone on mute and just going crazy, and then thanking them. Got off the phone, going crazy again, then calling my mom and then her going crazy, So it was just one of those moments that that's so vivid to me still to this day.
And I'm so glad you called your mother.
Of course.
Every child should call their mother for a big moment like that. I hope my son does that for me one day.
Yeah, it was my mom, my friends, everybody. I went down the list. So,
amazing. And you know what? You're a natural athlete. You played basketball and football, but you look like Magic Johnson, and that's who you play in the show. Did people tell you that?
Yeah, well, I didn't get Magic as much as I got Shaq. Like, I used to get called Baby Shaq.
Really?
So it was a different Laker that I was getting not recognized, but like getting called, you know?
Yes.
Cause like my era, I was born in '95, so just Magic, it was a little bit before me. So like, I don't even think Magic was in the front of people's minds at the time.
That's true. Shaq was
Same.
coming in at that point.
Exactly. So it was kind of just out of the blue, being able to play Magic. Honestly.
And what is it like playing such an iconic person, one of the greatest players of all time?
You just get to feel the residual effect of like how big and how much people respect him, and just his weight of like greatness, honestly, like, and just I get to feel some of that, like, because people are so passionate about, like, I knew Magic back when this or that, and like I remember going to the Lakers games, and like the feeling that you give is like such, it's so him, and like, or whatever it is, and I'm just like, those are the stories that make me feel good, because it's like I'm tapping into like nostalgia or like whatever it is that reminds you of Magic, and being able to get to that point, like it's incredible. Like that's what I do the job for, you know.
Amazing.
So,
and I love the fact that, so executive producer Adam McKay from Succession is the executive producer for this. Winning Time, it's very sexy, it's hilarious, there's drama, I love it. And there are so many stars in this show. John C. Reilly, Adrian Brody, excuse me. Is it a master class every day going on set?
Yeah, it's just the ability, not even just acting wise, but just how people carry themselves, right? Like, you get to see how to be an actor for 20, 30 plus years, and like how that looks when you pull up to set and when you leave, you know, from the time that they get there to the time that they leave. I'm always just picking up on things, like, and it's simple stuff. Like, I remember an actor told me like it was just like, just look where the director was telling me. I was trying to like give motivation behind it, and it was like, no, just look. And it was like so simple, but it was like, no, it makes sense, like, and it worked. So no, I'm grateful for the other actors that I get to work with and learn from. It is very much a murder's row of actors, you know. So I'm blessed. Yeah.
Oh, Quincy, I'm so glad to meet you. Thank you for joining us this morning. Welcome to Toronto.
Yeah.
Have fun this weekend. And again, Quincy, you can see Quincy Isaiah in Winning Time, The Rise of the Lakers Dynasty. Season 2 coming out this summer, and it's so good. You don't want to miss it. It highlights the rivalry between the Lakers and Celtics.
Yep.
Woohoo!
Yep.
Can't wait. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you.
Coming up in the next segment, we will talk to one of the stars of Sullivan's Crossing. You don't want to miss it. We have to talk about CTV's #1 hit show, Sullivan's Crossing. It is a huge hit. It's coming back for season 2. Yay! I know many of you are happy about that. So joining me now is Morgan Cohan from Sullivan's Crossing. Good morning.
Good morning.
I love the fact that we're all wearing bright colors.
You gotta bring some brightness on
We
that,
do,
you know?
right? Summer's around the corner.
Yeah.
Let's bring in the color. Oh, so much to talk to you about, Morgan. I watched the season finale. It was an emotional roller coaster ride. What was it like? I mean, every episode is emotional, but that finale was up and down, like my heart was racing. What was that like filming all of that?
It was really exciting. It felt like a lot going on, but we were kind of throwing everything we could into it because we just loved the show so much, so we wanted to do everything we could to get people attached and want to bring us back. But my last scene that I filmed with the whole thing was me driving out of the campground, so that felt like such a beautiful kind of wrap and finish to it. But it was the funniest thing because every time I read it in the script, I was crying reading it, but then it gets to the day and my body's like, no more crying for you. So figured it out eventually.
So you were feeling it too as an actor on set, right?
You just love it so much.
Yeah.
It's like you're saying goodbye to a piece of time and the people you've worked with, and you never know what's going to happen after it's out there, how it's going to go. So it's, you know, it's precious in the time you have.
Yeah, and I guess that's something that a lot of people at home may not know. You'll have an incredible script, an incredible cast, but you just never know if it's going to get picked up. So, of course, it's coming back for season 2. Everyone wants to know what happens with Maggie. Is she going to head to Boston or come back? What's going to happen between Maggie and Cal? Like, everybody wants to know.
All the things. I know my family's been hounding me. Really, I wish I knew more than I do. But as much as far as it goes, the financial troubles of the campground is going to come back and kind of bring people together to try and figure it out. So we will see Maggie probably back at the campground.
Yay.
Maybe back in Boston. So we'll definitely get to kind of play with both worlds.
Is that the only synopsis you can give us? Is that all you know what's coming for season 2?
I mean, kind of. I mean, Cal is obviously going to be there, and we're going to have to figure that out. That was left on a funny note. So yeah, we'll definitely have some exploring of all that stuff.
Yeah, I bet, you know, in the finale when Cal said to you, he tells you that you're special. Like, my heart dropped. I was like, that was the moment I was waiting for, and I'm sure a lot of viewers were waiting for that as well. What was it like working with Chad Michael Murray in a lot of those scenes?
He's so wonderful. Yeah. He's just such a sweet, lovely, generous person. So it was great. You know, you're going to walk into like a really comfortable, loving scene environment. So it's just lovely.
And then you have Scott Patterson on the other side playing. So what's that like too?
Hilarious. He's so much fun. He can crack anybody up like as soon as he wants to. It's great. So it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of play.
And I've been saying that this is sort of the golden era of television. There's so many incredible shows out there, Sullivan's Crossing being one of them. But what I love so much more about the show is it's a heartwarming family drama. We haven't seen that in a long time.
Right.
Yeah. Have that family drama where the entire family can sit and watch.
I think that's what's so special about it. I think it can, everybody can see a bit of themselves in the show, in the relationships, in all the conflict that comes up, and also you can watch it with everybody, which is so nice. I know I have my grandma watching it, and we've heard a lot of friends and families in that too. So
and what has your family been telling you? Like, do they bug you every day about like, okay, what's going to happen next?
Yeah. Well, my parents live in Costa Rica, and they were having watch parties every Sunday. They had like a full group of people get together, make all the food, potluck, and they're like, where are our shirts? We need shirts for season 2. So that's my job.
I love the fact that they are watching that from Costa Rica, which is so great. Well, Morgan, I cannot wait for season 2. Thanks for giving us a little bit of a hint of what's coming back. And we're so excited. So thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And we're going to have more here on CP24 Breakfast. We will take a break, but afterwards in our next segment, we're going to speak to Sabrina Jollies. That's right. From the hit show Farming for Love, as well as Rose Battle Canada. It's all coming up. It's a new hit reality show for Bell Media, Farming for Love. And we're also going to be talking about Rose Battle Canada. So joining me now is comedian, actor, writer, Sabrina Jollies. Good morning.
Hey, thank you so much for having me, G.
Yes, and you got to give a shout out to your mom because I know she's watching.
My mom is watching right now. Mom, it's me. Brushed my teeth, got deodorant on, ready to chat.
Love it. All right, so let's first talk about Farming for Love. I have to say, when they were casting for the show, I go, I don't know if this is going to work. I don't know if it's going to work, but it's beautiful. It's so sweet, and I love it.
It's really, honestly, it took me by surprise as well. I think that we're just so inundated with dating shows, and so many of them are kind of like after the drama of it all, whereas this, when I heard, this is what got me, is they asked me to host it. I said, I don't know, a dating show, me, I'm not really sure. And then they told me that this property, they've been doing this kind of show, the Farming for Love brand, for years and years and years. It has resulted in 197 marriages and 480 kids. I mean, it's the Nick Cannon of dating shows. And then at that point, it was like, oh, this isn't a show about exploiting people who are lonely and you know, catching people when they're down. This is really about lifting people up and finding authentic, real love. And guess what? No spoilers, but it's a successful show.
It's huge, and I was touched because it was beautiful. And you're right, it's really about people wanting to find love, and they're being genuine and sincere about it, which I love.
And it's like, oh, why were we surprised? Farmers know how to plant a seed, water it, watch it grow. Actually, my mother's sort of speech to me before I married my wife 11 years ago.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I make this whole interview about my marriage. We've been married 11 years. Can you talk about the show? My wife and I have been married 11 years. But my mom's sort of analogy about marriage is like a relationship is like a garden. You've got to plant the seed, you've got to water it, you've got to keep on taking care of it, even though it's growing. The taller it grows, you got to be consistent with the energy.
I love that analogy. You need to get your license now and officiate weddings.
Do you think that I can make cash?
I feel like you can make some cash off that.
Yeah, the writer's strike is on. I should just go fully into, I am the love guru, okay? Forget comedy. Forget writing. I do love.
Yeah, I think so. You've got something right there.
That really was, though. To me, I just feel like building a life with someone, partnership, and even when it comes to friendship, is like holding on to relationships and building those relationships, I think, is the sort of like magic sauce of life. And marrying my wife was the best decision I ever made. Aww. And so the idea of being able to insert myself in other people's love stories and take credit for the great casting and the great job just the show does at finding truly people who want to find their soulmate, I was like, I love a shortcut. So if that gets me invited to the wedding, come on, anything for a free open bar.
I love it. So that's season 2. Season 2 will be coming out. Let's talk about
season 1 premiered a week ago, and then it did so well that they said season 2 we're doing it.
So they have announced that there is a season 2 coming. That's what I wanted to say. And then let's talk about Roast Battle Canada, because now we know that there will be a season 4.
There's going to be a season 4 of Roast Battle Canada. Everything Jollies touches turns to gold today. And then
What is it about people wanting to see two people roasting each other?
I think, to me, I was always sort of, before I worked on Roast Battle, I wasn't super into the roasty. I don't want to be roasted. I want to sit here with G. I want G to say, you've done a great job on the show. And then I want to say, your shirt looks amazing. And then, I like the positivity. But what I've realized with Roast Battle, the show is infectious because there's nothing like watching two people that are comfortable with each other just tear into the truth. Because I also love secrets. Yeah. I love to sit at an airport bar and just be like, we've got 30 minutes, Brenda from Tennessee. What are your secrets? I'll tell you mine. And I think that that's what Roast Battle sort of gets to. It just immediately cuts to the truth. This is what I'm going to get. This is what I think that you're insecure about, and I'm going to make a joke about it. But the magic, I think, is when the two people that are roasting each other, you could picture them going and having a drink after and laughing about it all.
So good. You definitely have the magic touch. You can catch Sabrina again. Farming for Love Season 1 out right now. Announced for Season 2 coming as well.
To officiate
and
weddings.
Roast Battle Canada, and she'll officiate a wedding too. We're going to take a break here on CP24 Breakfast.